Hey friends, I'm Vanya from Moldova. Please like and subscribe. I was born in a small town to a single mom who made it big when she moved to the big city. Mom was an entrepreneur, and every business she'd start would become a gold mine. And Mom spoiled me rotten. I just had to look at something and she'd get it for me. For my 8th birthday, I asked her if I could have a bigger swimming pool, and she got a water park installed in her backyard. My friends and I went crazy when we saw it. Oh, my God, Mom, you're the best! Anything for you, love. And remember what the doctor said. Talk slowly and you won't stutter that much. Yeah, I used to stutter a lot when I was young. I mostly had it under control, but it could get worse when I was nervous or excited. But other than that, my life was perfect, and everyone wished they were me. That is, until the 10th grade when Mom's company stock crashed one day, and she was left with nothing. We were gonna lose our house. I decided to reach out to my friends for help, but that's when they all showed their true colors. So sorry, Vanya, but we're facing financial problems too. I want to help, but my dad works really hard, and I don't think he'll give your mom money. He always says she got rich by pure luck. Luck? My mom works really... Your mom works really hard? I don't think so, and Dad's right. Now go away, please. We don't have all day for you to finish your sentence. Gosh, people could change so fast. We did lose the house, and Mom decided to send me to her hometown to live with a friend for a while. Though I hated the idea of being away from her, I agreed for her sake. By the time I landed at the airport, I was already homesick. But just then, I saw a boy my age holding a placard with my name. Hey, you must be here for me. Wow, it's really hot here. Wait, aren't you gonna pick up my bags? Oh, I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? I'm Dimitri, and guess what? I'm not your servant, so pick them up yourself. How rude! I carried my bags and followed him outside to find a donkey? Where's the car? Gosh, you sound like a broken record. That's your ride, princess, so hop on. That was my first time on a donkey cart. I didn't mind, but the entire way I felt like punching this boy Dimitri for making fun of me. Mom's friend was lovely, though. She hugged me the moment she saw me, and then took me to a tiny room. This is so cute. My cat has a room just like this. I had to leave my room for this city brat? Look, if you don't like it, you can always sleep in the basement. It's got lots of space, and pets too. A family of rats. What a jerk! I wouldn't have lasted a day there without his amazing mom, and I mostly tried to pretend he didn't exist. A week later, I started school, and surprisingly, I made friends instantly. But soon I discovered why. All the girls wanted to know what it was like living under the same roof as Dimitri. Not great, because he's a moron. A handsome moron. A few days later, our school was having a football match, and I volunteered as the water girl. Dimitri was team captain, and all the girls were chanting his name. Jeez, so lame. Sure, he was handsome, but just a little. I was so busy looking at him that I didn't notice this player trying to catch a ball, and he crashed straight into me. Are you trying to kill me? Watch where you're going. Great advice. I'll remember it for next time. He just smiled like an idiot, and before running off, he winked at me. The next day, I saw the same player outside my school with a car full of roses. As soon as he spotted me, his silly smile was back. Hey, beautiful. These are for you. By the way, I'm Nova. Wow, that's a lot of roses. Thanks. Nova was on the football team of another school, but he just turned up outside every day to ask me out. I kept saying no, but he wasn't taking it. And then one day at home, I saw a car pull up outside with Nova in the back seat. He'd found out where I lived? But just then, I saw Dimitri's mom go to the car, and the driver stepped out, handed her an envelope, and left. What was that all about? Later, I asked Dimitri's mom, and she told me her husband used to work for Nova's dad. And even after he was gone, the family kept helping her with money. They were even paying for Dimitri's school. Wow, that made me see Nova in a different light. So the next time he asked me out, I said yes. When Nova picked me up for our first date, he said, I was surprised this is where you live. How do you know these people? I told him everything about why I'd moved here. I'm sorry, that sounds tough. But just be careful of that Dmitri. What do you mean? Dmitri's dad worked for us and we'd play together as kids. But I always felt like he resented us, especially me. Like, he hates me because I was born rich and he wasn't. I'm sure he has nothing nice to say about me, even after everything my family does for him. I didn't have trouble believing that. Dmitri was always mocking me too for being some rich brat. My date with Nova was totally unexpected. Instead of taking me to some fancy restaurant, he took me to a soup kitchen for the homeless, and we signed up as volunteers. I always come here when I want to do something special. Feels good, doesn't it? This boy was so sweet. When he dropped me back home, I found Dmitri on the porch. Seriously? You're dating Nova? Did the rest of the male population die? What's your problem? He's a nice guy. Oh yeah. So where'd you go on a date? Was it an orphanage this time? Or a pet shelter to see some poor puppies? That's the kind of stuff he does on first dates to impress girls. I don't expect you to understand what it means to be genuinely nice. I didn't expect you to be this dumb. But hey, you surprised me. Actually, you guys deserve each other. Two spoiled brats. Nova was right about him. He sounded so judgy and bitter. I started going out with Nova and was having a good time, but he was always too generous with fancy dinners and gifts, which made me uncomfortable. Nova, I wish you wouldn't. I can't give you gifts like these. I'm not expecting anything, but I can spoil my girlfriend, can't I? He gently kissed me for the first time, and I didn't exactly feel sparks, and I felt he was falling for me much too fast. The next morning, I didn't see Dmitri or his mom anywhere, and then I found them both in her room. She was in bed with a high fever. When we called the doctor, he said she'd caught some virus. He advised us to stay home from school for 2 weeks too. I really wanted to help in some way, so I made soup for her. I was carrying it up to her room when Dmitri stopped me. What's that? It's soup? Mom would give this to me when I was sick. No thanks. You're not giving that to my mom. How would you know how to cook anything when you never had to lift a finger? And suddenly, I snapped. Dmitri, can you just shut up for once? Yeah, I used to be rich. It's not a crime. And I'm not useless and spoiled. I pushed him aside and went up with the tray. Gosh, I was so sick of him. Later at night, there was a knock on my door, and Dmitri peeked in. I'm sorry about earlier. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that. Yeah, you shouldn't have, but it's okay. I get that you're worried about your mom. Yeah, but I haven't been very nice to you. I'll be better. After that day, Dmitri and I kinda became friends. We took turns caring for his mom and doing household chores, and at night, we'd sit outside and talk for hours. He was sweet and simple, and was really starting to grow on me. 2 weeks flew by, and his mom recovered completely. One day, Dmitri was working in the garden while I was reading and observing how good he looked without a shirt on, when suddenly he spoke. Hey, Vanya, can you check if the water's coming from the hose? I don't know if it's broken or... Just as I picked it up, water came gushing straight at my face, and Dmitri was laughing like crazy. Gosh, you are so easy to trick. I picked up a handful of mud as he ran off. As I was chasing him, he tripped and fell, and then I rubbed the mud all over his face. What are you doing to her, jerk? Nova was about to attack Dmitri when I stopped him. Hey, we were just playing. I started it. And why were you doing that? Did you forget I was picking you up for dinner? You're gonna tell her what she can and can't do now? The boys looked ready to kill each other, so I dragged Nova aside and told him to wait in the car while I cleaned up. I had totally forgotten about dinner at his place. Nova lived in a mansion with his dad, who welcomed me warmly. You're living with Dmitri and his mom, right? His father was a close friend of mine. Friend? Come on, Dad. He was our servant. Dad's really soft-hearted and likes helping people. Dmitri would have never gone to school if it weren't for him. And I'm glad I helped, because that boy is hardworking and will make something of himself, unlike some entitled rich kids I know. Just then, his dad excused himself, and Nova flung his plate at the wall. This is what happens every time I bring that jerk up. Dad has always liked Dmitri more than me. I'm sure that's not true. Don't think I'm blind or stupid. You like Dmitri more too, don't you? You've been avoiding me for 2 weeks just to spend more time with him. Are you crazy? I told you his mom was unwell. Liar. I stared at him in shock, and he suddenly snapped out of his anger. Vanya, I'm sorry. I'd like to go home, please. With the driver. I felt shaken on my way back. Nova was turning out to be really strange. And at home, Dmitri was sitting in the kitchen with an unpleasant face. You're back early. Were you waiting for me? Yeah, waiting to tell you that you're an idiot for dating Nova. He's fake and horrible. Why can't you see that? Are you blinded by his expensive gifts? Or too impressed by his fancy cars and mansion? I was gonna tell him I was breaking up with Nova, but that made me so mad. There you are, back to being a jerk. Mind your own business, Dmitri, and don't talk to me. Dmitri and I stopped talking after that day, and I broke up with Nova too. He kept begging me to forgive him, but I held my ground. He was just too much. A few days later, Mom called me with the most amazing news. Her company was up and running again, and she wanted me to come home. I decided I'd leave right after the final exams the next week. There was nothing keeping me here anyway. After exam week, there was a big football match between our school and Nova's, and I made sure to sit far behind on the bleachers so he wouldn't spot me. The match was an intense one. Dmitri and Nova kept butting heads on the field and almost broke into a fight, but our team won by a large margin, and Nova stormed off the field furiously. Dmitri looked so happy, and I wanted to congratulate him. I thought I'd catch him outside the locker room, but I walked into the building to find two guys pinning him against the wall as Nova punched him. Stop it, Nova! Don't hurt him! Nova turned to me with crazy eyes. Oh, how worried you are now. But you didn't care when you hurt me. I know you broke up with me because you have feelings for this worm. After all that money I spent on you, I thought because you were rich once, you'd have some class. But you're just cheap. You're a psycho, and yeah, I like Dmitri a lot. Now I understand why your dad likes him better. You'll pay for saying that. I'll make sure Dad stops giving them any money. I'll convince him, you'll see. No, you won't, Nova, because I've seen everything I needed to, and I am so disappointed in you. We turned around to see Nova's dad, who'd come to see the match, and he looked furious. He grabbed Nova's arm and led him away. Dmitri, are you okay? Your face... I'm fine, Vanya. I should have listened to you about Nova. No, I was unfair and mean to you, and I'm really sorry. About what you said back there, is it true? Which part? The part where you said you like me a lot? Yeah, I like you. Big deal. Like me? Because I like you. I guess it's just you then. He grinned and pulled me in for a kiss, and it was perfect.